Sure shot, baby!
So, good day, everyone. We're here for another episode of the DVD show. So, for today, we have one of the best shooting guards in the UAP right now and one of the best defenders in collegiate basketball as well. And he was supposed to be also the team captain of the Ateneo Blue Eagles if there was already a season. So, when the season resumes, he will get that role under Coach Tab Baldwin. I'll now welcome to the DVD show Gian Mamuyac. Thank you for joining me here on my podcast.
Hi everyone, thank you po for having me on your podcast. I've seen it so many times in mga iba episodes, and I'm glad to be part of the podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much again, Gian. And to start things off, tatanungin lang kita kung kamusta ka naman. And over a year na itong pandemic and nahihirapan pa rin yung mga ibang tao talaga in coping with the pandemic. Pero ikaw, kamusta ka naman? Like in all aspects, like in your ACADS, in your family, everything.
Um, so far okay naman. Luckily hindi pa naman hindi kami na-apektuhan ng virus or whatever. So thank God. And siguro in terms of ACADS, just I just finished my first sem in masters in AGSB. So kaka-enroll ko lang for second sem, and I just started my second sem like a week ago sa second sa HSP. And then in terms of workouts, recently since the spike of cases, hindi na ako masyado lumalabas kasi nakakatakot din since may pregnant woman kami dito, si ate.
Okay.
Pregnant for the third child. So binabawasan ko na rin yung labas-labas. So kahit may mga available courts, hindi na ako lumalabas. Nag-workout na lang ako dito sa amin sa house.
So, yung condition mo naman, okay pa rin kahit sa bahay ka lang nagano, like you're on tip-top shape. Like kunwari mag-start na yung season soon. Okay ka naman.
I can't say na I'm in shape. But siguro in terms of weights, never naman ako nag-miss ng day without weights.
Okay.
But in terms of conditioning, iba pa rin kasi like the conditioning, the timing of the game. It's really different pag hindi ka nakakalaro for a long time.
Yeah. So, kamusta naman yung parts of your game, like, or your body that you're improving on? Meron bang specific parts na you're strengthening or yun yung pinapalakas mo for the season?
Actually proud ako kasi nag-gain ako.
Oh, okay.
Nag-gain ako to I'm actually at my weight plays around 170 to 173.
Mm-hmm.
So big jump from before the pandemic started. It's just around 160 to 165. Then ganun range ko ng weight ko eh. So hirap na hirap talaga ako mag-gain ng weight. Lalo na pag may training and school. So so far ngayon, tuwan-tuwa ako kasi may progress. I was able to gain weight, and hindi ko lang sure if nag-suffer na yung speed ko or quickness, pero I think hindi pa naman, or I've yet to find out pagbalik na season.
So that's great to hear kasi I also read in an article that Coach Tab nga wants you to bulk up. I guess for defense kasi pag mas malalaki na yung katawan ng babantayan mo, you need it. Lalo na pag pumunta ka na sa international and professional level, I guess.
Yes.
So, kamusta naman yung quarantine activities mo? Like, do you do things did you do things na this whole quarantine na hindi mo inakala na gagawin mo, like outside of the usual things like studying, basketball, family time?
One thing na medyo mahirap for me na nagulat ako na kayanan ko is to stay out of the malls. Like,
okay.
Kasi I'm a mall person. Kasi I'm walking distance lang from Shank kasi. So when I get bored, lakad lang ako, punta lang ako siya, ikot ako. But ayun nga, since pandemic, hindi na ako makalabas. So I never thought that I could stay at home like for the whole day nang walang ginagawa kundi workout and ano lang, if walang school, nood lang or talk to my families, friends through chat. Yan. So, kaya ko naman pala sa house lang. Hindi ko naman pala kailangan lumabas.
Oo. Ako din actually, kasi I like spending time nga with my friends. Like kahit minsan yung pupunta ka lang sa mall nga, tapos kakain ka lang, but nothing special. Pero wala lang, it's like the time. And nag-adjust din ako kasi now, wala, I barely see them then. Even on my other relatives din, bihira talaga. And nahirapan din nung una kasi nga sanay ako makipag-usap sa mga tao. Yeah. So for yung Gilas stint naman, you mentioned nga before you recorded that you were part of the Gilas bubble in Calamba before the ECQ. So kamusta naman yung whole experience and gaano katagal ka ba nandun before the ECQ?
I was there for 2 weeks na dapat actually 3 weeks but then nag-ECQ nga so na-cut off. So pero when I got the message to be that I was included in the pool, syempre kinilig ako kasi that's Gilas. It's parang once in a lifetime opportunity for some players. And so nakuha ko yung opportunity, thankfully nasama ako, and then yun, the whole bubble experience was really tiring. Pero it was fun at the same time because you get to experience it with people that you haven't played with before. I played with sina Abarientos, sina Tamayo, and I haven't really seen them play that much before. Pero yun, what made it fun, the bubble experience fun, kasi was yun nga, I was able to make friends with athletes from other schools that I never thought I'd be close or friends with.
Yeah. So you mentioned nga Carl Tabayo and RJ Abarientos, and people really have high expectations for them kasi they were really good in high school. So entering the UAAP and also for Gilas, people have high expectations and high hopes for their performance. Pero for you as a teammate for a few weeks, what made them stand out and what were their strengths or ano yung talagang mapapansin mo sa laro nila or even as a person then off the court?
As a player, Carl, you don't really have to observe ng matagal. Pag nakita mo siya a 7 guy who plays like a guard, that's immediately an asset. Kahit saan ba siya ilagay, he's gonna be a problem. And si RJ Abarientos, hindi mo siya aakalain na hindi pa siya nagka-college basketball.
Yeah. I've seen him play a couple of times. So
yung IQ niya is better than basketball IQ is better than most of us. Most of the players in the bubble. Ibang klase siya magbasa ng laro. Point guard sila.
Okay, that's great. Sana nga mag-flourish sila with Coach Tab. And syempre, yung team ngayon, puro mga bata. So syempre, challenge them for them to play against pros. Pero for you, as a team naman, yung buong team na nandun ngayon sa bubble, ano yung mga distinct advantages na pwede nilang magamit sa 2 games against Korea, 1 game against Indonesia, tsaka pati na din sa OQT? Ano yung masasabi mo based from your observation lang or sa mga nakakausap mo na Ateneo teammates mo rin doon?
Well, actually, lagi naman natin advantage is speed, which is, well, never naman nawala sa atin yun. But I think one more thing that will help us beat or play better is siguro the commitment of the players to the system. This is a new team. This is a new system under Coach Tab. So, and I was lucky enough to be able to be a part of the Gilas program and the training for 2 weeks, and I was able to see how dedicated the players are, and how committed they are to the system and to learning the to play the game the right way. So I think we that will be one of the advantages that we can bring or we will have in terms of fighting these strong teams in the upcoming FIBA Asia Cup.
Sana nga tapos sana yung Korea din hindi sila makashoot pag tayo kalaban. Kasi kahit yung mga team nila GV Alapag, pag hot talaga sila, kahit anong gawin mo, hindi mo sila mababantayan.
Never pa ako nanalo sa Korea buong buhay. So,
ilang best mo na sila nakalaban ba? Like nung mga under 16 pa, under 18?
Nakalaban ko Korea 16 under once, pati 18 under once. And then, Korea trip kami ng Ateneo and talo din kami. And Jones Cup ata.
Oh yeah, Jones Cup. Yun, napanood ko yun.
Talo din kami. So, medyo pangit ang record natin against Korea.
Oo nga Pati yung, di ba noong 2013, doon nanalo yung Gilas natin, talagang sobrang saya nila kasi sa history talaga, pangit yung record natin. Yeah. And then, kanina rin, before we started, you mentioned nga na you weren't part of the batch after the ECQ na na-call up dun sa Gilas bubble. Pero Coach Tab also mentioned that you were there initially kasi you were one of the leaders na talagang i-impart sa mga new players like sila Abarrientos and sila Tamayo kasi nga yung system, kailangan mag-grasp nila ng mabilisan dahil limited yung training time nila and nyo sa bubble. So for you as a leader, ano yung mga ginawa mo for them to fast track the learning process or more of mentor ka ba sa kanila? Paano yung style mo nung time na yun?
Given the timetable kasi na given kay Coach Tab, so he made sure siguro na lahat na yung mga include niya sa pool would yun nga, sabi mo, fast track the progress. So siguro as a player that has been under him for a couple of years now, I was able to talk to some of the guys whenever he's not looking or other coaches not see if he did something wrong. So, yung little things na yun is really huge for them, for the coaches. Kasi yun nga, madami kami nun. Dami ng pool. And so, hindi nila ma-focus lahat ng players kung may ginagawang mali and whatever. So, kaming mga naging under na sa system niya, familiar na sa system niya, yun, may luxury kami na i-correct yung mga bago sa system niya or inaaral pa lang yung system niya. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned nga na para na-anticipate mo na or nakikita mo na yung hindi nila masyadong nakikita na mistakes. So with that, since nga alam mo naman kung sino na yung mga players that most probably will comprise the final 12 and yun, we have a ton of games pa with the FIBA Asia Cup and the OQT. For you, ano yung mga realistic expectations mo for the team and ano yung masasabi mo dapat na tingnan or makita talaga ng mga fans when they watch these players? Kasi syempre nga, parang amateurs lang ganun. Baka feeling nila baka mag-champion sa OQT or something. Ano yung mga expectations na mabibigay mo for the fans?
Even though this is a young team, under these coaching staff naman, like Coach Tab, Coach Jong, and the other coaches, I'm pretty sure that the last thing they would do is come to the games unprepared. I'm sure that they will put up a great fight, and I'm sure that they will play great basketball because I've been on, yun nga, sabi ko, naging under ako ng program for 2 weeks and sobrang napagod ako. But the teachings and lahat ng concepts nandun. So, what more kung yung team nag-undergo for 2 months, which is medyo kulang pa. Pero for me, for sure na nagawa na ng coaches or naisip na ng coaches kung paano i-form yung team, and I'm pretty sure that these players are bought into the system and are dedicated. So I think for the expectations, I really think that this team will really perform well against these pro teams, and I think they've already made us proud for representing the country, but they will make us proud for siguro how they will play, especially siguro how they will play the right way, or yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, okay lang. So yung team nga na yun, parang Coach Tab said that kumare against yung powerhouse teams like Serbia, we need to win by possession. Hindi yung parang overthink mo na kailangan natin lamangan ng 8 or 10 ka agad. Kailangan yun nga by possession. So kasi a powerhouse sila, like sila Jokic pag naglaro pa yun. Kailangan parang defense, we think about this possession, offense, ganun. And for you that to happen, I guess kailangan nga mag-buy-in sa system. And kaya din naman niya pinili yung mga players na yun. Kasi I think, in his opinion, yun yung mga players na perfect sa gusto niya mangyari. So I believe in his system and I hope that we continue to succeed. Kasi we haven't seen it. It's only been the Bahrain game, the 2 games in Bahrain pala, sorry. Yun pa lang yung nakikita natin, and we played well there. Sana exciting. Next week na yata yung yung games, right?
16 po ata ang first game nila.
Yeah. Okay, so for the next part, ito maganda rin to. Yung childhood mo, yung upbringing mo, kung paano ka lumaki and how you're successful now in the UAAP, and syempre sana rin sa PBA and sa Gilas eventually. Pero in your childhood naman, paano naman yung normal day nung childhood mo? Ano yung mga childhood activities mo? And was basketball your first love na ba talaga? Or may mga tinry ka pa bago ka na in love sa basketball?
Basketball na actually talaga siya kasi no grade 3 ako, naging PE siya. So, and nag-enjoy ako, and sakto yung PE coach ko noon was the varsity coach. So I asked him kung pwede ba mag-try out. So ayun, nag-try out ako, and then thankfully nakuha ako, and also tuloy-tuloy na from grade 3 hanggang grade 6. And then na-transfer ako sa Ateneo, and then yun na, tuloy-tuloy na po.
Sa Lourdes ba yung start nung basketball, yung parang journey mo? Kasi dati may nakita akong picture na kasama mo si Aljun Melesio.
Naging teammates kami po for 2 years ata sa Lourdes. Grade 5 kami. Sabay. Okay. Lumipat siya nun from Bukidnon ata.
Oo.
Ayun, sobrang naging close po kami. Lagi kami magkadikit nun. Lagi ako nasa condo niya. Nasa tapat lang ng school.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos, ayun, sobrang naging close po kami ni Aljun.
So, kamusta naman yung transfer mo from Lourdes to Ateneo? Was that by choice? Or like, did you try out for Ateneo? Or did they recruit you? Paano yung process naman nun? And anong year ka lumipat sa Ateneo?
Actually, ni-recruit po ako ni Coach PJ. Ni Coach. So, first year high school na po ako nun. So, sa Lourdes. Tapos, SBP yun. For Pete po kasi yung going for 5 Pete. Sina 1 po kalaban namin nun sa Ateneo. And then, yun po, natalo namin yung Ateneo. So, parang they recruited me. Tapos sabi nila na balikan ng first year high school dito sa Ateneo para mas madaming playing years yung malaro mo sa UAP high school. So, ayun, thankfully na nakuha din po ako sa UAP High School under Coach Joe. Tapos, yun po, tumuloy-tuloy na din.
4 years ka ba nag-U-up sa juniors?
Ay, hindi po. Second year high school na po ako nag-UAP.
Okay.
30 sa high school.
So, kamusta naman yung juniors experience mo? Like, ano yung mga best memories na masasabi mo doon? And ano rin yung mga lessons na natatak rin, na skip mo rin or nalagay sa utak mo na ma-apply mo pa rin kahit ngayon na mas matanda ka na?
High school juniors, medyo roller coaster po yung high school juniors ko. Kasi first year ko, sobrang bata ako pa nun. Siguro mga 13, 14 ata ako.
Wow, okay. Bata nga.
Nasama ako sa juniors.
Mm-mm.
And first time ko ma-expose sa ganun kalaking event or parang dati nanonood lang ako sa TV nung college tsaka high school minsan pag pinapalabas. Ngayon, I'm part of it na. So, tsaka yung mga nanonood na and then you get to play in MOA, you get to play in Araneta. So, parang ang laking feeling or parang exposure. So, ayun, and yun, nakalaban namin na Hubert Cani sa finals and natalo kami.
Oh, okay.
So, that was my first year. Second year naman po, nag-champion kami. Karaman din namin NU. Tapos, kampi ko sina Big Mike na nun. And siguro yung last year ko, yung pinaka nagbigay ng lesson sa akin na I can carry and up to this point. My last year in the UAP, on paper, kami po yung pinaka-talented na team. Kasi from my third year in the UAP, ilan lang ba silang graduate? 5 lang po silang graduate na seniors. So that left us with 11 veterans. So tapos yung pre-season tournaments po namin, kami usually lagi nag-champion. So on paper, we were really the favorites to win. Pero ayun, we fell short. Hindi nga kami nakapasok ng finals. Hanggang third place lang kami. And I think lesson na nakuha ko from that is no matter how strong the team is or how talented the players are, it's really not enough to beat the team that's really bought in the system. And lahat nagtatrabaho, lahat nag-work, and hindi lang nagre-rely sa isa or dalawang guys. And also, I think that's where I saw how important leadership is. Kasi before nung year na yon, pero medyo wala pa ako nagawa as a captain. Parang hinayaan ko lang na mawala yung season sa amin without really doing anything or exerting effort to fix anything. But so ngayon, somehow similar situation. We are really, I think we will have guys who are really talented coming
si Dwight, tsaka si Dave.
So I think it's a challenge for me personally to not let that experience happen again.
Yun. So yung team mo naman na yun, nung high school, sino yung mga teammates mo na mga kilala ng mga tao? Kasi parang para lang may idea kung bakit sinasabi talented. Yeah, yung last year.
Si Jolo po, Mendoza, Sean Ildefonso, Brian Andrade.
Okay, malakas nga.
SJ Bilangel, Jason Credo, David Ildefonso.
Okay.
Dahil pa po, sino ba?
Sino ba yung
May mga nag-seniors, nakaabot ng seniors.
Okay. Kanino ba kayo natalo nun? Yung year?
Si Aljun.
Ah, okay. Sa Lasal
First game
pala.
po ng season na yan, he scored 42 on us.
Yun, naalala ko yung game na yun. He's had like, what, 8 or 10 threes ba ng game na yun?
Yun po. He scored 42 on us.
Mm.
Tapos nung eliminations, step ladder po kasi nag-sweep atang NU.
Oo.
So we had to beat them twice sa Final Four pero hindi namin nagawa maski isa. So talo po kami no eliminations na.
Okay. Pero yeah, maganda yung sinabi mong lesson kasi pwede yan ma-apply din sa ibang mga careers ng mga tao or sa mga passion nila. Kasi sometimes pag sinasabi ng mga tao or yun nga on paper you have the best individuals, it doesn't necessarily translate to parang success or what you expect it to be kung hindi ka pa rin nag-work hard. Kasi nga yun, sinasabi mo nga sa talent parang walang naman tatalo sa inyo kasi nga like now those players are still good in the collegiate level, so yun nga sayang that season was the opportunity for you guys to win. Pero at least in college I think it's great na mahalata naman na yung Ateneo hindi sila nagle-let down na kahit mahina yung kalaban or kahit nga people say that they're too good na with your lineup. You could see naman like your team lalo na nung last year nung season 82 we could see that you guys were really playing hard every game. Like the UE game, I'm pretty sure you know that na close nung first half and then Coach Tab yata na inis sa inyo kasi you weren't playing hard. And then nung second half, 'di ba, tinambakan niyo na.
Yeah, thank you po sa compliments mo.
Yeah, perfect example yun kasi I watched the game tapos Coach Tab was so pissed. I was like, up sila ng mga 6 to 8 points against UE. I mean, yeah, it's against UE, but still, you guys are up. Bakit siya naiinis? Kasi nga, parang he knows you guys can still elevate your game, pero parang wala lang kayong gana nung first half. Kaya great analogy yun to what you were talking about. So with the high school stint that you had, syempre medyo maganda nga yun na you were the captain, you were successful, they recruited you. And one of the opportunities that came to you was the Batang Gilas experience. So kamusta naman yung pagiging player ng Gilas at such a young age? And you even had the leadership role, as you mentioned, even in the national team already at 16, 18 years old. So kamusta naman yun playing stiff competition abroad and what you learned also from the whole process?
It's always an honor po to represent the country kasi you're not only representing uh, the country in that competition, but you're also bringing every single Filipino in the whole world. So for me to be able to be a part of that program at such a young age, sobrang swerte ko po. And to be able to play abroad in different countries and to play against different styles, kasi iba-iba naman po ang styles ng bawat team or country sa FIBA. So I was lucky enough to experience the whole thing at such a young age, 16 under po and 18 under, as you said. And yun, sobrang swerte ko po kasi I was able to play nga against, with players that I never thought I'd get the chance to play with. And naka-form ako ng friendships through the competition and the whole process kasi the process wasn't easy kasi po we were part of our mother teams and then we had to train extra for the Philippine team. So we endured that hardship together. So with that, na-form namin yung friendship namin. Yan, sina Juan, sina Harvey, pagsanahan po.
Mm-hmm.
Dami pa, sina Rap, dami po, sina 16 under, pati 18 under. So, yeah, I'm just really lucky to be able to experience it kasi as what I mentioned, it's not really a given to everyone. The opportunity isn't presented to everyone, to every player. So, sobrang swerte ko po na nakasama ako sa program ng Batang Gilas.
Ano naman yung game or yung specific moment that you feel solidified like the whole experience na talagang sinabi mo, wow, ang saya talaga maging player ng Gilas kahit under 16 or under 18 pa lang. Meron bang mga moment or moments na hindi mo makakalimutan?
One thing siguro po, one game siguro po is yung natalo namin yung China. With
Okay.
China their first ever loss in the tournament. For the whole history ata ng tournament, never pa sila natalo and natalo po namin sila. So sobrang saya po namin nun. Also, nandun po yung parents kasi, so nag-support. So ang sarap po ng feeling kasi before the game, syempre, alam mo naman po pag malakas yung kalaban mo na mahihirapan ka talaga and medyo mababa yung chances of winning. Pero our team believed and ayun po, we got the win and we can say that kami yung unang tumalo sa China sa tournament na yan.
Ano naman yung key factor kung bakit kayo nanalo? Was it the togetherness that you were mentioning or off night ba sila or yung defense niyo ba sobrang ganda nung game na yun? Ano masasabi mo based sa observation mo?
Siguro po lumaban lang po kami kasi they have that lineup ng China, meron silang a tall center na nagdo-dominate po ata sa isang league ngayon sa somewhere. Si Zuki.
Okay, the name sounds familiar.
Our tallest player was Will Gozum.
Okay.
6'4" po. And then makikita mo siya na pati yung bigs namin po lahat, si Jonas Tibayan, si Andre Flores, Jason Credo, lahat po sila lumaban lang. Kahit gaano alay, kahit gaano ka physical ng China, kahit tinatapik-tapikan lang sila ng bola, they still fought. And I think gano'n naman po talaga ang Filipinos, ang Filipino basketball, kahit saan mo ilagay. Kahit sino kalaban, they won't back down. Yun nga po yung puso na nasabi nila na kahit gaano katangkad, kahit gaano kalakas, lalaban po ang Filipinos.
Yeah.
So I think yun po yung siguro nag-highlight ng game na yun. And that's really the reason kung paano kami nanalo.
Yeah, masaya talaga yung game na yun. I didn't really get to watch it, I think. Pero naalala ko lang na nanalo nga kayo and everyone was surprised, even the Filipinos. Syempre, everyone will cheer for you guys. Pero syempre, China kasi. So parang they were tempering their expectations. Pero nung nanalo, I remember that was a really great win for you guys. Tapos yung next question, ito maganda to kasi this is the first time that I heard your name actually when you blocked Steph Curry in Taiwan. And that I was like, sino ba si Gian Mamuyac when I read the article? Tapos I check nga na high school player daw ng Ateneo, ganun. I was like, wow, Filipino na block si Steph Curry. Kala ko he was like trying to go easy lang and then you blocked him, ganun. Pero yun pala, it was like a crucial shot in the like pickup game. He was trying to really go ISO and really shoot over you. But you were able to block him. So nung day na yon, kamusta naman yung whole experience leading up to, syempre, the main event was the block that you had. Pero how was the experience of seeing him face to face and yeah, the block na rin after?
First, siguro po sobrang thankful ako na nakasama ako sa event na yon. Kasi only 2 of us na Filipinos ang nasama sa camp niya sa Taiwan. Me and Juan. Mas Deliana po. And then, nagkaroon ng parang drills before the main event, before the game. And then, namili po sila ng 10 players to play. Tapos, ayun po, naglaro. And swerte yung team ko na we were leading. Kasi if hindi kami lamang siguro nun, for sure, kampi ko si Steph. So, ayun po. So, ayun, I think everything just happened fast. Yun, they were trailing 2 points po ata. Sakto, na-rebound niya, and then binaba niya, and then, ayun, when I blocked him, hindi ko po alam kung paano ako magre-react kasi mixed emotions yung crowd. There were boos and there were
cheers.
So, hindi ko rin po alam kung nanira ba ako ng moment ng or dapat ba ako maging proud kasi na-block ako si Steph. Pero I had no idea na magiging big deal siya sa social media. Hindi ko rin po alam na may ma-capture pala nun. So, parang for me, parang okay, na-block ko si Steph. Which is, for the record, tsaba naman po yun. Alam naman natin. Sa swerte lang naman po talaga yan. So, ayun, hindi ko rin na-imagine na magiging big deal siya. And then, nagulat ako that night, pagdating ko sa social media,
trending ka.
Trending ako for the first time in my whole life. Pinag-usapan ako sa Twitter. So, sabi ko, wow, big deal pala. Yun na po, as soon as I got home, there were people in campus congratulating me for what I have accomplished, which is to block Steph. Pero, ayun nga po, bottom line is, I just got lucky to na-block si Steph, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to play against one of the great basketball players that has ever played the game. So, ayan.
Meron ka bang ginawang special nung defensive play na yun, or talagang instinct mo lang na itaas yung kamay mo?
Instinct lang po talaga siya na sakto pagtaas siya ng ball, sakto nandun yung kamay ko, and then sakto nag-meet sila, and yun lang po.
Okay. How about Steph? Did he talk to you after, or did he say like, you got me there or something?
He said, sabi po nung announcers kasi na foul daw. So sabi niya na it was good defense.
Okay. So na-impress siya sa defense mo. So, syempre yun na yung start nung nakilala ka na nga. Kasi you mentioned the first time na nag-viral ka, and then yun sa Ateneo, then you were known in college na for your defense when you guys would beat Lasal because you defend the best players like Aljun, Karakut, and Kib, ganun. Even Richie nung dati. So, yung whole recruitment story mo muna sa Ateneo College, talagang decided ka na ba na doon ka pupunta? So, wala nang parang ibang decision or ibang schools na nag-try kumuha?
May ibang schools po na try kumausap, pero ever since kasi po, dream school ko na talaga Ateneo.
Oh, okay.
So may offers, pero medyo hindi ko na po sila medyo in-entertain kasi decided na talaga ako na gusto ko i-represent Ateneo. So, ayun, luckily enough na recruit ako, and then nakita nila na hindi pa ako prepared or ready for college, so they placed me in Team B, which I'm grateful for kasi I got introduced to college basketball under Coach Yuri. So kasama ko rin naman sina Tyler doon, sina BJ. So it was fun kasi nakalaban din naman namin sina CJ Perez noon. And also we flew to Davao for the jam. So the whole Team B experience was really fun. Dami ko rin po natutunan, and dami ko rin nagawang relationships or friendships with other people. And it helped me transition to college. Kasi po first year, so naninibago ako sa college. So, buti na lang nag-Team B din ako para medyo relax pa. Hindi pa masyadong bigat. And then, ayun, I got into Team A. And then nagulat ako na ganun pala laki talaga yung UAAP. Kasi walang-wala yung high school. Nagulat na ako sa high school pero grabe yung Team A lalo na when you enter the game tapos enter the court pag warm up tapos marinig mo yung bubble and then yung makikita mo yung crowd na puno ng blue. Grabe, ibang klase yung atmosphere sa college basketball ng UAP. And ayun po, I'm really grateful na naging part ako ng something na pinapanood ko lang sa TV before. Sina Kiefer, sina Ryan Benefe, Von Pesumal, pinapanood ko lang sila before but now as same league ako ng STEM nung before. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity and sana tumuloy-tuloy pa po and I hope that mag-succeed pa in the future.
You mentioned madami kang natutunan na lessons from the Team B experience with sila Tyler and BJ. Ano yung masasabi mong important talaga dun? Or yung na-apply mo talaga ngayong college Team A tenure mo? Kasi nga, sabi mo, nung Team A, it was really hard nung una kasi hindi ka sanay sa fans and the expectations also of the Athenians and all these things. So ano yung mga lessons nga na pwede mong i-share?
Sa Team B, more of ano po kasi siya training team or parang that's where you get your confidence or that's where you build your confidence coming into Team A. So doon ko na realize or natutunan or na-experience ang college basketball and ano ba dapat or yung transition or how should I change my game na medyo immature in terms of since galing akong high school coming to college. So doon ko na-realize, doon ako nakapag-transition ng game ko na hindi pala pwede to sa college kasi ibang-iba na yung level ng competition and physicality sa college.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Nahalata naman na you were able to adjust kasi nag-flourish ka naman in the role Coach Tab was expecting of you in your first years in Ateneo. So, yung breakthrough moment mo naman sa college, ano masasabi mo yun? Kasi syempre nung initially hindi ka naman babad ka agad na rotation player na I think Anton pa was the starting shooting guard, right? Nung pumasok ka. Yeah, so ano yung breakthrough moment mo na you knew that Coach Tab, you got Coach Tab's trust and you'd get consistent minutes?
Breakthrough moment. Parang wala naman pong breakthrough moment. Siguro, nung first year ko, whenever he placed me in, syempre kabado po ako. Kasi I'm a rookie. And ganon. So, pero I just tried my best to do my job, which is yung more on defense. And siguro, breakthrough moment. Actually, wala po akong maisip na breakthrough moment talaga eh. Pero siguro whenever I'm inside na lang po, I tried my best to produce positive results and positive outcomes for the team and as much as possible. So siguro yun lang po. I just always try to do my job to defend and to play good defense. And bonus na lang po siguro kung makascore ako, which is something I really have to improve on. Get more minutes. So, ayun po. I'm grateful na for the trust that Coach Tab and the coaching staff has placed on me. Lalo na po nung rookie ako na still nakakuha ako ng minutes. And po, siguro yun din po, isang factor is the coaching staff placed me in, lalo na akong kahit crucial minutes. So siguro for me as a player and as a person, I just tried to give back to the coaching staff kasi nagtiwala sila sa akin. So dapat balik ko lang sa kanila with positive results kasi why won't I believe in myself if others believe in me? So yun lang po, nagtiwala lang ako and then thankfully positive results naman most na lumabas.
That's a great takeaway for the viewers na you should always be ready. Kasi lalo na in Ateneo, it's a deep team. You never know whose number is gonna get called. And malay mo, it takes like 3 more games bago ka na-call. Kunwari, pangit laro mo, tapos hindi ka na naman palalaroin kasi merong kaposisyon na try na ba niya. Pero ikaw, when you got the chance to get the minutes, I think you were able to capitalize on it right away. Kasi nga, you were playing your role and mentally siguro yung isip mo nakatrain na pag pumasok ka, you're able to, yun nga, have an impact on the game, whether defense, offense, hustle, leadership, all these aspects. So, I think yun yung magandang nakita ko rin sa'yo even no rookie year mo. Kasi nga, even then, you got limited minutes. Your own play had an impact on the result of the game.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So yung season 80 finals yata yun, yung you made like crucial threes, 1 or 2 threes ng fourth quarter against Lasal yata yung game 3. And syempre ako parang kala ko dati kasi yung role mo was defense, like you weren't like a shooter. So I think yung play nga na yun, nag-sag off sila sa'yo eh. And even against other opponents, they usually sag off on you kasi they want to help on the others like 30 or Matt, ganon. Pero for you, what did it challenge you more to improve on your jump shooting because the teams were sagging off on you?
Syempre po, as a player, you really want to be a complete player, and you don't want to give your coaches headache na you become a liability on offense. Kasi bottom line is, as a player, you really have to learn how to put the ball in the hoop. Kasi that's the game. That's how you win games. Score more opponents and defend your role. Pero bottom line is, you have to learn how to score. You have to know how to shoot the basketball. So, as a player na sinasagan po, syempre na-challenge ako. Kasi, yun nga, nahihiya ako sa teammates ko kasi nagiging liability ako ng offense. Syempre, let's say nagpo-produce ako ng positive results sa defensive end. Pero, on the offensive end, nagiging pabigat naman ako. So, yun, with that mentality, I am really trying to improve my shot and my percentages, and sana hopefully po karoon naman ng results and maging decent shooter naman po ako.
Yeah, you make the defense pay nga eh. Kasi nga like noon, fourth quarter parang lumahabol pa yata Lasal tapos titira ka. Sasabihin siguro ng mga Lasal noon na parang sayang, dapat ninapitan na lang natin. Kasi I remember parang talagang di ka yata nabantayan ng shot na yun. So you took it with confidence, which is the right attitude when a shot like that comes in front of you. And also with that season yata, or pati yung series na yun, I think yun yung time na pag last 2 minutes, papasok ko lang ni Coach Tab pag defense. Kaya doon ko nalaman na talagang magaling ka mag-defend kasi para may offense, defense, substitution yata. Tapos sa college kasi hindi kailangan ng dead ball, di ba? Pag last 2 minutes, parang you can just go in and then go out pag may made shot, parang ganun. And that's when I realized that he really loves your defense. Kasi bihira yung coach na ganun eh. Kasi pag final 5, yun na yung final minutes, yung final 5, yun na yun eh. Pero ikaw, sa defense, ikaw talaga yung gusto niyang babantay dun sa best player ng kabilang team. Di ba ganun yung nangyari?
Medyo pag offense po, ako nagpapasap na ako para si Anton yung pumasok. Then, same goes for him. If nag-defense na, siya din magpapasap for So, grateful lang po for the trust that the coaches have placed in me. As a rookie in big game, finals game 3. Do or die na po yun. So, tapos they still placed me in. So, I'm really grateful for the opportunity.
So, kamusta naman yung experience mo and yung tactics mo or style mo in defending the best guards in the UAP? Like, it can go from Aljun to Juan to Mark Nonoy to Renz Abando, all these guards that you were able to defend. So, ano naman yung mentality mo going into the game? Like, do you watch a lot of film about them the night before, or meron ka bang, I don't know, strategy in order, kasi syempre iba-iba yung strengths ng mga players na yun eh. So ikaw, paano ka naman nagpe-prepare when you play against them?
As what you said, bro, I watched a lot of film, and siguro coming to a game, facing off a really good player. My mentality is when he does something out of your control, or something that a normal player wouldn't be able to do, and you've tried your best to stop him. Um, you played good defense, and there's no way, there's nothing you can really do, anything more you can do about it. So hindi na ako ma-frustrate. So I keep telling myself na pag may nakashoot sila na I was there naman, na-defend ko ng maayos and nakashoot sila, I'll give them that. So baba na lang ako, and then I'll try to stop him again the next possession.
Paano mo na-train yung utak mo na ganun? Kasi for instance, ito mas grand to though. Like sa Golden State, pag nag-init na si Steph and Clay, parang yung kalaban, kahit gaano kalakas sila, nade-demoralize sila kasi nga yung mga threes nila Steph and Clay, it's like unimaginable the way they shoot it even if you're in their face. So konting 9-0 run lang dyan, 12-0 run, yun na yung outcome, yun na doon na decide yung outcome ng game eh, because of one run lang. Like now in Brooklyn also, like you could see when the Brooklyn Nets play, when they go on the run with the three superstars, nahahalata mo na na-demoralize yung kalaban. Pero for you, how do you keep yourself composed and yun nga, you still just move on to the next possession, try to stop them again?
One is, personally po, I just motivate myself na you play good defense, so that's just better offense, and you can get them next time, next possession. And also another factor is my teammates po. Syempre, once you play good D, sabihin ka nila na that was good defense. Same, that was good defense, bawi ka na lang. Shoot lang talaga. And also, when you, makikita mo naman po na kahit nakaka-shoot sila, if the coaching staff aren't taking you out because yun nga, nakaka-shoot siya kahit ikaw yung defender, alam mo naman po na you're doing your job, you're doing a decent job, and they trust you na you will stop them in the next possessions. So, yun po. Factors then are yung teammates and yung coaches.
Yeah, I like that mindset talaga. Sana din makakuha ng mga bata kasi syempre pag yung mga napapanood nila baka nga mas madali ma-demoralize ngayon. Pero syempre iba rin naman yung barrage na 3-pointers sa NBA level. Pero in college, I like how you keep yourself composed even nung bata ka pa nga, rookie, sophomore. You were still able to continue playing and still, fulfilling the responsibilities that's expected of you. Yeah. So yung versatility mo naman, you mentioned nga that you were trying to improve on your jump shooting as a decent jump shooter. So kamusta naman yung versatility mo ngayon in both ends of the floor, and ano pa yung masasabi mong gusto mo pa ma-enhance in terms of your skills? Kasi 2 years ka pa yata, diba? Playing years. 2 years pa, yeah. Ano yung mga gusto mong ma-enhance pa in your play style? Kasi nga versatile ka on both ends of the floor. And you need to prepare also for like the professional level.
Siguro po first is to become a decent or great shooter, as I said earlier. And also, I hope and I hope that I get to learn how to create my own shot.
Mm.
I hope that I can become a really great one-on-one player, especially my ball handling po. Um, I I am working on it, and sana mag-produce nga po ng results na I plan to improve on my shot making abilities. Kumbaga, how to create my own shot in terms of off the dribble or off the catch.
Yeah, that's really important din kasi sa PBA na yung mga teams, they'll really expose your weakness kung meron. Like based from what I see, nahahalata yung weakness lalo na pag playoffs, more than the strength of the players, mas na-exploit nung kalaban yung weaknesses. So that's a great mindset from you in order to continue improving din. Kasi syempre yung dream mo talaga is to reach the professional level and succeed there also long term. Tapos yung Ateneo championship pedigree, like now you guys have been winning and you mentioned that you guys have great players coming up with Dwight and Dave and all the other recruits that you guys might have. And paano mo masasabi na yung culture nyo, kung paano na parang na-maintain yung winning tradition. And yun, si Coach Tab, yung culture niya na everyone buys in and you guys still succeed. Parang yung pieces nandun pa rin.
I see this po as the biggest challenge for me and the other veterans, which is to pass on the winning culture and the winning tradition that the team has already built to the new guys, especially our new guys have already made a name for themselves in other places. So the challenge for us is for them to be able to buy in to our servanthood culture, servanthood mentality, which is to play for one another, play as a one, and yun po, siguro I will try my best together with the other veterans to pass on this culture because this culture has been part of the Ateneo tradition since hindi lang naman po since Coach Tab came in. It's been part of the Ateneo tradition since way back. Sina Wesley Gon or before pa po. So it's really important. It's one of the most important things for a basketball team. And it's what gives us identity as a basketball team. So it's really important for me and the other veterans to incorporate it and pass it on to the younger ones and the ones who are coming in.
Yeah, magandang takeaway nga dun yung continuity kasi ganun talaga pag mga team hindi lang pwedeng manalo ng a few years kasi wala lang parang mas magiging successful talaga kung tuloy-tuloy yan like several years kayo na winning kahit hindi champion every year pero you're in contention every year. So magandang thinking yan on how you decide to impart the knowledge and the culture to your young guys. Pero as a captain naman, yun nga yung favorite question mo na sa leader and the captain na sinabi nga na incoming fourth playing year na and you're the captain of the Blue Eagles. Meron ka bang specific na mga ginagawa ngayong pandemic or ngayong quarantine that bonds you guys pa rin as a team or you're able to still hindi nyo nakakalimutan yung buhay ng isa't isa? Meron ka bang ginagawa as a captain?
Actually our management has been really great po in terms of keeping us connected. Once in a while we'll have team masses po and team meetings. Lang po, just to check up on each other. Kahit po busy, lalo po yung mga gilas, kahit po nasa bubble sila, they will still join the meeting and just to chat lang po, to check up on everyone. And yung team naman po namin is open. Like, if someone needs help, they will just message whoever, the group or whoever can help. So, and once in a while po, we message each other through Instagram or through Telegram, through Viber. Lalo na pag may nakita silang stories that they want to react, especially yung mga wala po dito sa Manila, mga nasa ibang countries. So, we try our best. Everyone tries their best to check up on everyone naman po in our team.
Yeah, that's a great action as a captain. Kasi nga, syempre ngayon, mahirap na di kayo magkakasama face to face, and baka yung relationships niyo hindi na strong as it was before. Pero for you guys, yung bonding, makikita naman yan pa naglaro. Pero at least from you now, naririnig rin ng mga tao na talagang you guys are still together. Like yun nga, nasa bubble yung mga iba, and they're able to still have that chemistry and that camaraderie together as a unit. So how about your relationship with Coach Tab? Like when you see pictures that he really likes, talking to you during games, and yun nga, he likes giving you the responsibility because he knows you have the high potential and high upside to succeed at the collegiate and professional level. So, kamusta naman yung relationship nyo? Like, paano kayo naging close? Or even yung off the court na hindi nakikita sa camera. Kamusta naman yung relationship mo with him?
Sobrang swerte po kasi namin na naging coach namin si Coach Tab because he's not only just a coach for you or for his players. Siguro on court po, yes, strict siya and everything. Pero off the court, if you need a friend, if you need a mentor, if you need a coach's advice, if you need a dad's advice, you can always go to him. And he emphasizes it na he's open. He's open to receiving comments or like his players problems, and he's open to help and talk about them. And what I like about him and how his relationship with his players develop is that he can be brutally honest with us. What he wants is what's the best for us. And in terms of being brutally honest with us players, he could say anything, even the worst, hindi naman the worst things that you could possibly think of.
Straightforward lang siya sa inyo.
It's really straightforward. Pag may ginawa ka mali, he will call you out on that. And then, the good thing about it is that he was able to establish na to us players na we shouldn't be hurt when he does that, because it's what's best for us. So, kahit sinong player po, kahit sinong pagalitan niya, won't take it personal. And that's what I like about him and the relationship that he has developed with us players.
Meron bang isang instance na na-offend ka or kahit nung umpisa, or talagang nasanay ka na kaagad sa style niya na yun?
At first po, may mga times na medyo nakakahiya kasi sigawan ka in front of.
Naririnig ng lahat.
Yes, and pag sa games, pag sa crowd mismo makakarinig, or kaya sa practice, hintuin niya yung practice, and then he'd single you out and talk to you, and so pero eventually you'll get used to it, and then you'll realize na he's your coach, and he has all the knowledge, not all the knowledge, but matalino na about basketball about me. So I'll take it. It won't be personal, and I think he corrects it because he wants me to get better. He wants me to become the best version of myself. So,
how about yung best advice na nabigay niya sa'yo? Meron bang moment na hindi mo makakalimutan? Like nag-usap kayo siguro after practice or during the game na talagang tumatak din sa isip mo na sabi niya, ang ganda nung sinabi niya na yun, parang na-impress ka talaga na naisip niya yun or na-impart niya yun sa'yo?
Siguro po, it's in one of his interviews.
Oh,
Ako po kasi, um, yung tao na yung confidence ko is not really high
okay.
on myself. So when he said na the coaching staff often joke about me not knowing how good I can be, really struck me kasi that means that he really sees something in me and in my future. So I said to myself na I should see it also. Kasi at that time, hindi ko pa nakikita. Kasi yun nga po, I'm not really confident with myself as a player. So, ayun po, nag-stick siya sa akin and it has helped me through the years and for sure it will continue to help me in the future.
Maganda yun na nakita niya na yung confidence mo nga, hindi ka nga gano'n na tao. Pero for him to actually say it to you and help you gain that confidence and enhance that confidence, that's a great gesture from him that definitely propelled you nga to succeed more at the level that he wants you to. Yeah. So for the last part of the interview, these are the questions na talagang mas tinatanong ko rin sa lahat ng guests. And it's really like, wala lang, it's just based on your opinion naman on these questions. So yung first one is about the athletes being socially active. Like nung bubble, kung nanonood ka ng NBA, 'di ba, nung bubble, they were very vocal with the issues in the US with George Floyd and the president, like the presidential elections. They were teaching people how to vote. Like even yung kapwa NBA players nila, tinutulungan nila mag-register kasi nga they can make a difference with the results of the elections which actually happened. So here naman sa Philippines, in my opinion kasi athletes siguro rin they can amplify their voices more kasi yung following nyo, not like basketball lang, any athlete mataas eh. So pag nag-tweet kayo or nag-post kayo na turuan yung mga tao, baka makatulong din in terms of educating people or teaching people the knowledge that they should learn. Kasi tayo ring Filipinos, we tend to tweet or post about things we're not that sure about and we are, yung parang may conclusion na kagad tayo pero hindi naman natin masyadong alam yung detalye, parang ganun. So for you, ano yung stand mo on athletes being involved with like the social issues, political issues, and expressing it to people to educate them and teach them?
For me, athletes kasi, as you mentioned, daming following. So athletes have this luxury, actually not luxury, pero have the power to use their status to spread knowledge, spread information about certain things. So my take on this is that yes, athletes can and should share and use their status for a better cause, for a better purpose. But I think it also there's also a line to it, especially being this young or being not really have experienced the whole thing about life. I think we are not kasi there are bigger issues and hindi naman lahat alam ng athletes about this issue. So I think they should only comment on some things or should spread their knowledge on some things that they have great knowledge about.
Tama, yeah.
Not spread knowledge or comment on things that they don't have any experience or knowledge about.
Yeah, tama din yun. And yung sinabi mo last part na talaga dapat educated din sila kasi baka mali nga yung masabi nila. Eh madami nga kayong followers. So it might affect it negatively pa. So that's a great observation or opinion from you. And siguro din it's also the culture of Filipinos. We're not as vocal as the other nationalities, and siguro it's not really our fault. I mean, it's not your fault if you don't want to like tweet about it. Eh, kunwari ginagawa mo naman behind the scenes that you teach, I don't know, people how to vote ganun, and tell people how to yun, vote for the candidates in the elections. I think that's a great gesture or action also na hindi naman kailangan i-publicize sa social media. Pero yeah, I agree with your sentiments there. So yung next question is from All the Smoke podcast. I'm not sure kung napapanood mo yun, yung kay Matt Barnes and Stephen Jackson. So tinatanong nila sa guests nila sa dulo, if there are 5 dinner guests, dead or alive, sino ang gusto mo? It doesn't need to be athletes lang or sporting personalities. It can be anyone.
I'll stick to athletes na lang po, siguro. Kasi I can't think of anyone else. So I'll first invite Jimmy Butler. Kasi idol siya.
Okay.
Allen Iverson, also my idol. Siguro I'd take Chris Paul just to pick the brains of one of the best leaders that has ever played the game.
Grabe sila ngayon eh, Phoenix.
Papaturo ko sa kanya na leadership or about the game of basketball. And also either MJ or Kobe, since I want to inherit the mentality that they have in terms of their approach to the game and to anything in life. And sure, last be fan kasi po talaga ako. So si Peter Parker.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great list. And yung mga players nga like Chris Paul, his floor generalship with the Suns, makikita mo talaga na nagfa-flourish sila kasi last year, diba, they had 19 wins before the bubble. They went 8-0 in the bubble. Pero before that, 19 wins, inad nila siya. Tinanggal nila sila Oubre and Rubio. Galing. So I'm impressed with Chris Paul now. And before, I wasn't a fan of Chris Paul. Like when he was in the Clippers and New Orleans and Houston. Nagustuhan ko lang talaga siya nung nasa OKC na siya and ngayon sa Suns. So for the final question, ito maganda rin to. Yung mga guests, yung mga sagot nila magaganda rin. So for you, since I have guested nga a good amount of people, like sila Anton, Aaron, Justin Chua, Von, Pesumal, Danny Ravenna, all the Ateneans. Who do you think I should guest here on the DVD show? Yung tingin mong maganda yung story, yung may mga kikwento din. Tsaka yun, yung sino yung sa tingin mong magandang guest for my podcast?
I think you should invite one of the best leaders that I have been under. And he has undergone a lot in terms of his basketball journey. I think Michael Nieto will be a perfect fit or a perfect guest for you. Lalo na he's in Gilas right now. And sakto, true blue siya. From grade school, he was part now of the varsity team until, and ang dami niyang pinagdaanan, lalo na yung high school when he changed his game to college. So,
yeah. Yes, a lot of people speak highly of him, even if he's not like a starting 5 on your team or he's not the most talented player on your team. Siya daw yung best leader nga, like now in Gilas. Siya daw yung role niya, talagang siya yung gagawa. Like si Coach Sandy in an interview, he said na Mike's the one that dives for the ball and the defense talagang he'll treat you as if kalaban ka niya sa practice. Ganun dun sa Kalamba sila. I don't know if you were there pa. And talagang even yung resolve niya and grit niya to succeed. I think that's nice. So maybe I can ask him after Gilas. Sana like he joins me here on the show. So before you go, is there any final message before you go? Because I want to just thank you for joining me here, Gian, again here on the DVD show. Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story and your other stories also with Gilas and Ateneo. So do you have any final message?
I just want to say thank you also for inviting us athletes and letting us share our stories, that other people don't really know. And I just want to say siguro to the Ateneo community na I hope that kating-kating na rin po kaming maglaro in front of you guys, and I hope that you will continue to support us lalo na pag naging pwede na po lahat, and that we are trying our best to stay in shape and to get better every day, even if there's no target date for the season. So with that, again, thank you so much po for having me here. I really enjoyed, and medyo napahaba po ata yung mga sagot ko. So
Okay lang.
So,
Okay lang. Maganda naman yung mga sinabi mo. So kahit mahaba, may mapupulot yung mga audience na makikinig nito or manonood. Thank you again. And before you go, is it okay if we take a picture?
naman po.
Sige. Ako na lang magte-take. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you so much again, Gian, for joining me here on the podcast, and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Well,